Hello everyone! Welcome to our experiment video. Today, we'll show you the step-by-step process of making homemade wine using watermelon. We'll also observe how fermentation happens each day. So, without further ado, let's begin. For the materials, we need sugar, yeast, pot, strainer, spoon, a clean jar or container, plastic or balloon, and cloth if available, knife, and chopping board. Watermelon contains natural sugars like glucose and fructose. These sugars serve as food for the yeast. Because of its high sugar and water content, watermelon can be used to make wine. During fermentation, these sugars are converted into alcohol and carbon dioxide. Yeast is a microorganism that starts the fermentation process. It breaks down sugar into alcohol and releases gas. This process gives wine its alcohol content and distinct smell. Step 1. Prepare all materials. Step 2. Cut the watermelon into small pieces. Step 3. Crush or blend the pieces until only juice remains, then stain. Step 4. Boil the watermelon juice for 3 to 5 minutes. Step 5. Add sugar and boil again for 1 minute. Then mix well. Step 6. Pour the mixture into a clean container. Step 7. Add yeast and mix gently. Cover the top with a balloon or plastic cloth to prevent air from entering. Step 9. Leave the mixture to ferment and observe daily. Reflection. Fermentation is the process where yeast converts sugar into alcohol and carbon dioxide in the absence of oxygen. In our watermelon winemaking experiment, this process showed that fermentation was occurring. On the first day, we observed that the plastic cover expanded, showing that gas or carbon dioxide was being released. By the second and third day, small bubbles began to appear on the surface, meaning that the yeast was already active. As the days passed, the number of bubbles increased and the liquid started to change in color from bright red to a lighter red. Around the fourth and fifth days, the yeast began to settle at the bottom, while the smell slowly turned from sweet to slightly alcoholic. By the sixth day onward, the color became even lighter, the bubbles became more visible, and the scent grew stronger, clearly showing that the fermentation process was going well. In the following days, the liquid turned clearer and the yeast completely settled at the bottom, showing that most of the sugar had already been converted into alcohol. Yeast has a very important role in this fermentation. It acted as the main agent that transformed the watermelon natural sugars into ethanol, the alcohol found in wine. As the yeast continued to consume the sugar, it produced gas, which caused the bubbles and expansion, and also created alcohol, which changed the smell and taste of the liquid. Through this activity, we learned that natural ingredients such as watermelon can be used to produce wine through fermentation process. It helped us understand that fermentation is not only a chemical reaction, but also a living process involving microorganisms. This experiment clearly shows how science can be applied even in simple materials found at home, and how yeast and sugar interact to create an entirely new product called wine.
And that's it for our watermelon winemaking experiment. We hope you learned something new about fermentation and how yeast works. Thank you for watching and see you next time.